The silent, terrifying war of the cowboy squirrel. If you asked me what the most stressful part of being a 27-year-old adult is, I would not say taxes or rent. My daily life is haunted by the paralyzing fear of discovering a vintage, slightly balding taxidermy squirrel wearing a leather cowboy hat. It all started back in high school with my best friend Tyler. Tyler was the kind of guy who thrived on chaos, always taking a joke one step too far. We were wasting time at this weird estate sale in our hometown, just digging through boxes of junk when we found him, the squirrel. It was standing on its hind legs, staring into the void with these lifeless, mismatched glass eyes, and for some inexplicable reason, it had a meticulously crafted, miniature cowboy hat glued to its head. I told Tyler it was the most cursed thing I had ever seen, so naturally, he bought it for $3. For the first few weeks, it just sat on his desk, staring at me every time we played video games. It made me so irrationally angry. So, one day, when Tyler was in the bathroom, I grabbed the squirrel, shoved it into my backpack, and later that night, I broke into his rusty car and buckled the squirrel into the driver's seat. I did not say a word. I just waited. 2 days later, I opened my gym locker before basketball practice, and there he was. The cowboy squirrel was sitting on top of my sneakers, holding a tiny handwritten note that just said, "Howdy, partner." That was the moment the silent war began. We never spoke about the squirrel. If we ever acknowledged it out loud, the magic would be dead. The game was simple, but the execution had to be flawless. You had to smuggle the squirrel into the other person's life in the most jarring way possible, completely undetected. Over the next 6 years, the stakes reached astronomical levels. Tyler hid the squirrel inside my giant tub of protein powder, so I had to dig it out with a plastic scoop. I retaliated by freezing the squirrel inside a massive block of ice and leaving it in his bathtub. When we went to different colleges, the war went postal. I would get a heavily taped, unmarked package in the mail, open it in front of my confused roommates, and find that terrifying rodent staring back at me. I once paid Tyler's roommate $20 to unscrew the air vent in his dorm and place the squirrel so it was looking down at him while he slept. But the absolute, undisputed peak of this psychological torment happened at my sister's wedding. Tyler was one of my groomsmen. He had been suspiciously quiet for months, and I should have known he was plotting something massive. During the reception, everyone was gathered around the incredibly expensive, multi-tiered wedding cake. My sister and her new husband went to cut the first slice, and the photographer was snapping away. The groom pulled the knife out, and the bottom tier of the cake completely shifted. Tyler had literally paid the bakery to hollow out the back of the cake stand and install the squirrel. When they turned the cake around, there was Buster, staring out from under the vanilla frosting. My sister screamed. My mom almost fainted. Tyler just looked at me from across the room, took a slow sip of his drink, and offered zero explanation to my family. We are both 30 now, living on opposite sides of the country. I have not seen the cowboy squirrel in nearly 2 years, and honestly, it is ruining my life. Every time I open a cardboard box, every time I pull back the shower curtain, I brace myself. I know Tyler has not forgotten. He is just biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment to completely destroy my peace of mind.